Hey everyone. Tonight I figured we would do something a little different and fun. Now you see me cutting this fabric with these pinking shears, and I'm not going to let anything go to waste, right? Now I honestly am doing a little bit of a voiceover, and I won't continue to do this, but there are bits and pieces that are a little loud, and I really don't want to disturb you too much. But this is beeswax, and in a few minutes you're going to see me take this pine resin coming up and start beating it. So that's one of the reasons I decided to go ahead and do the voiceover right now, because it is extremely loud. And once that part is finished, then we will get to the rest of the fun. Now, one of the reasons I crushed up the resin is to make it easier to melt with the beeswax. And so once it has melted, we're going to get this really, really pretty liquid. It's not going to be completely clear because the resin itself is what it is. But once it has melted, then we can move on to the next stage. So now that it has melted, I've added the jojoba oil. The jojoba oil tends to make the wax and the resin and the sheet itself a little softer. Right here you see me basically slathering this cut fabric, which is cotton, with beeswax, pine resin, and the jojoba oil. Now you see where I've layered several sheets, and now I am taking some of the mixture and going back over it. At some particular point in time, we want these to become really saturated. And I'm sorry I didn't mention it at first. I have a silicone mat up under there. Now, at first you saw me using the parchment paper. That was because I wanted that bottom sheet to become really, really saturated and, well, evenly saturated. And so I took the parchment paper and ironed across it to make sure that the mixture had, pretty much soaked into the fabric. And if you're wondering, yes, I burnt myself. My finger hurts, but I'm determined to finish this. Because I have this on a silicone sheet. And to be certain that it kind of goes through all of them, here's what I'm doing. I'm just ironing. I've already determined that this poor little wonderful iron it said it's, you know, I can't use it for anything else. There's no water in here, so there's no steam going on either. Okay? But this is a beautiful, vibrant color. So here's one sheet is coming up. There's one sheet. Okay. Okay. We'll lay it down so that it can dry. And it is saturated too. I want to make sure that it's not overly saturated with the wax. And if it is, you can always take and like iron it out. Like this. This is stuck a little bit, so I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this and turn this the long way. And by all means, please be careful when you're fooling with this wax and pine resin, because you can really burn yourself. Okay? Another sheet. Oh, it's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Woo, hot. If you want to make these yourself, you've got to get some beeswax, some pine resin, and some jojoba oil. And if you choose to add other things, because some of us add different mixtures, then that I encourage you to work with your mixture. But the basics of it all are, again, beeswax. And turn this to the side so I can make sure it's fully saturated. Turn beeswax, jojoba oil, and pine resin. Now, some people don't want to fool with pine resin, but here's the thing. It's not as potent and strong in scent as you think it is. It's really not. When you are getting ready for your holiday dishes, we got friends and family members coming in from out of town, or people just helping. Now, this is a wonderful thing just to cover them up with. And it's a different addition than just regular plastic. I've got like several things I'm working on for just fun stuff for the holidays right now. And like so many of you, I've spent a ton of money in all this. I spent a lot of money in all this, and so I've got to turn around. When I purchase certain things, I just looked at them like, okay, I know what I can do with this. And so I have to follow through on my original thoughts, you know? So that's why I'm working on these right now. We got to follow through on our original thoughts with all these hauls, because if not, then we're just hoarding. And I'd be the first to tell you, I got stuff in multiple spots. But this is a larger. That's why I said if I do decide to do these, I'm doing large sheets. The little ones are just a little, for me, not for everybody else. For me, they're a little cumbersome. Okay? They're a little cumbersome. Because once you start dealing with the pine resin and everything else, you'll see it can be sticky. And it can be much, it can be sticky. The beauty of these is once they're dried, everything is settled within them, okay? You can wash these and use them on your dishes. And really, it's just beautiful. I think it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful addition to your table or your kitchen without, it's just pretty. At the end of the day, it's pretty, okay? So now, once you add your beeswax, you've got to know, once you add your mixture, you've got to know it is going to change the color of your fabric, okay? Now I realize everybody's not interested in this, and that's okay, but the whole purpose of us crafting is to find ways to use all of the things that we have. Now I had to stop because I had to take my grandson to McDonald's, but I wanted to let you see how these beautiful sheets turned out. I haven't folded them yet, but they're so pretty. Do you see how they're a little translucent? This is just gorgeous. These are so pretty to me. And as you can see, I've done them in several different sizes. I did use my pinking shears because I didn't want the edges to be all raveled up. But these colors are just beautiful and vibrant. And look at it. And even if you find that you got something that's a little too waxy, you can always just take and iron it out. But the beauty of these sheets is that you can wet them, fold them. Look at this. This is just so pretty. I don't know. Because it is a bit time consuming. It is now. And it's a little messy. Now I haven't decided if I'm just going to one day put one or two of these in the giveaway. See, like here this was like my test sheet. I did the pinking shears on this side, but I failed to do it on these edges. But here, this looks like a big, large placemat. But on this one I did. This is just, and I'll turn this over too so you can see it. This is so nice. It really is. And once again, if you find that you got like a little too much wax or something somewhere, you can always iron it out. It's so nice. So here is what I decided to use one of my Ollie's finds for. This is the fabric that I picked up in Ollie's. Some was $1. Rolled up, those fat quarter things. They weren't fat quarters, but the fabric about the yard. I picked up several of these in several colors. This is pretty. This is so pretty. And I hope you try it, okay? Let me know. Thanks so much for tuning in to Paper Peace this evening. Take care.